Hello again, Year 4. We're up to page 44 of our story, and we're starting from the chapter that's called The Pup. I wonder if you can help me with our challenge from last time. What could the pup be? Would that be a problem, do you think, for Otto? I wonder. I think it's going to be a seal pup. I don't know if it's going to be a leopard seal pup though, because that could be a problem for Otto, because they're the ones that try to eat penguins. I think if it's a Weddell seal pup will be okay, because those are the friendly ones that only eat fish. Let's see. Next day, when Otto was going down to the sea to try and find someone bringing up food, he saw something huge lying on the ice, a seal. He was quite pleased at first because it would be someone to talk to. But as he got nearer, Otto could see that the seal was spotted. What had Claudius said? Spotted seals might be leopard seals and they are dangerous. This one didn't look very dangerous. No, I don't think he looks dangerous either. It's tiny. He was so tiny that he could hardly move, and he was playing a sort of rolling game with himself. Then he saw Otto and waved a flipper. Otto thought he knew that face. He kept on moving. Sure enough, it was the pup that he'd seen before with Claudius, but he was much bigger now. Otto stopped a little distance away from the seal. Even though Otto was no great mover, he reckoned he could get out of the way if it was a leopard seal. "Hello," Otto said. "Haven't I met you before?" "You've passed me before, but you didn't talk to me," said the seal. "I'm sorry," Otto said. "I was with Claudius and he was in a hurry. He was hungry." "That sounds like my mother," said the seal. "She's taught me to catch fish and look after myself. So now she's gone back to sea to feed herself again. She got terribly thin. Her bones are sticking out." "I can't say the same for you," said Otto. "No, I got big very quickly, and as I got bigger, my mother got thinner. It was all the milk I had, you see." "Ah, so he's grown because he's been drinking his mother's milk." "Milk," said Otto. "What's milk?" Of course, Otto wouldn't know because he's not a mammal. And it's only mammals that feed their young on milk. So mammals are a group of animals that all feed their young on milk. So they don't lay eggs. And Otto came from an egg, so that's how we know he's not a mammal. "Milk," said Otto. "What's milk?" "Well, it's what I was fed on," said the seal. "I'm a mammal, you see." "What's a mammal?" said Otto. "Well, I expect you came out of an egg, didn't you, because you're a bird." "Well, mammals don't. Seals are the only mammals in Antarctica. My mother told me that, and she stayed with me and kept me warm and fed me on milk until I was big enough to look after myself." "That's what I'm doing," said Otto, "waiting to be big enough to look after myself. When I am, I can go to the sea, but at the moment I'm fed by the grown-up penguins who bring fish soup and squid soup and all sorts of nice things." "Oh, I get my own squid and fish now," said the seal. "I may meet you in the sea." "Oh dear, not sure we want to meet in the sea, a leopard seal and a penguin." "Do penguins dive?" "Yes, we have to dive to get our food," said Otto. "Well, I might pass you one day. My mother says that we're the best divers in the world. We can dive 2,000 feet. How deep can you dive?" "I don't know," said Otto. But Claudius did tell me that Weddell seals are very good divers and can dive deeper than us." "What's your name?" It seems silly to know somebody and not know his name. "My name's Otto." I bet he's really hoping he's going to be a Weddell seal and not a leopard seal. "I haven't got a name," said the seal. "My mother always called me Pup, and that was it." "Well, can I call you Pup?" said Otto. I wonder if the pup's mother only needed to call him Pup because there was only him, whereas Otto had lots and lots of other penguin chicks in the huddle. So he had to have a name because there were other chicks, but there's only one seal pup, so his mother could just call him Pup. So that's why he never got a name. "Well, can I call you Pup?" asked Otto. "Yes, Otto, you do that," said Pup. "Now, I want to ask you something. Have you got any teeth?" "Ooh, teeth," said Otto. "No, I don't think so. What are they?" Pup opened his mouth and showed Otto his teeth. "I need them," he said. "You see, when it's very cold, I come up in the sea and I find ice over my head. I have to get air to breathe, so I bite and bite the ice until I've made a breathing hole. That's very clever." "Oh, I've seen those," said Otto. Just holding the ice. That's right, said Pup. Well, that's what I have to have teeth for, because I have to breathe. It's hard work though, the ice is very thick. Yes, your teeth do look as though you've been using them a lot, said Otto. They're all sort of flat at the top, but then I don't know what they should look like anyway. So of course he doesn't have teeth, does he? He's a penguin. So you've been in the sea? Is it fun? Oh yes, said Pup, I love it. And it's full of food. My mother taught me bit by bit how to catch shrimps and krill and quid. But now I can catch fish as well. She taught me everything I need to know. I miss her. I miss Claudius too, said Otto. He taught me all I need to know, but he had to go to the sea to feed before I finished growing up. You were lucky to have your mother until you finished growing up. Anyway, I better stop talking and go down to the beach, otherwise there won't be any food left for me. All the other chicks will have got it. I'll come with you, said Pup. It's time I got back to the sea too. The sea's warmer than the ice. Ah, that's interesting. I didn't know the sea would be warmer than the ice. I suppose the ice must be really, really cold. Really? Said Otto. Yes, said Pup. So they went down to the beach together, though Otto had to be very patient because Pup was so slow. Because he has to wriggle on the ice. When they got there, Pup waved a flipper and disappeared into the sea, and Otto found an auntie to feed him. On the way back to the rookery, so that's the group of penguins, Otto thought to himself, I wish I were a seal. Penguins do take a long time to grow up, but I suppose I'll get used to it. Our next chapter is called Growing. And there he is. If you look a bit closer at the picture, you might be able to see he's starting to get some feathers instead of that downy fluff. That downy fluff that was covering him was there when he was a baby. As he gets bigger, he gets some feathers. So our next chapter is called Growing. I wonder if you spotted a clue in that chapter that we've just read as well about what type of seal Pup must be. Think about what he ate. He talked about going into the sea, didn't he, and getting things to eat. He didn't talk about getting penguins to eat. He talked about getting fish to eat, and squid and krill. So he must be a Weddell penguin, which is the safe penguin for him to be. Probably quite a big relief to Otto. Okay, so we're going to move on to page 53 next, which will be called Growing. So our challenge for the next session is how we think Otto will feel about growing up. Because in a way he might be really, really happy because he gets to go to the sea and look for food, but he might miss the huddle of penguin chicks as well. He's got a very special job, hasn't he, being the first chick, and he's done a really good job of it, looking after the little chicks. So your challenge for next time is to think about how you think Otto's going to feel about growing up. Thank you for listening, and see you soon. Bye.